Yeah, g'day Bush Camping Tools here. Well, as you can see, we're out and about in this amazing rainforest in Australia. A bit of a jungle here. Lots of palms, lots of lianas, giant ficus. We've got this amazing pool here in front of us. It's very, very deep. It's full of baby fish swimming around in there. I also know there's eels in here. I've been in this area before. We might find some crayfish. I'm going to show you what we can find to eat out here. And it's not just stuff that's under the water. It's also things that are growing on the land too. So follow me about for a while now, and I'll take you for a wander through the bush here. By the way, I've got with me here a big knife for the big outdoors. Anyway, it's necessary to have a big knife. Pretty useful out here in the wilds. Okay, so there you go. Stay tuned. The other food which is out here, and lots of it around without having to get really big, is these. And this is the palm heart in here. Okay. And if you chop that off, two things will happen. One is you get a lot of food. The second thing is you actually kill the tree by chopping it off, because a palm, unlike other kinds of trees, doesn't have branches, and there's only have one growing point, and that's up here, just in there like that. So, but this contains palm cabbage in here. And there's lots of them by the river, and they're really good to eat. But we'll let these ones go. You know, so lots and lots of palms here, lots of palm hearts to eat. Right, this is another palm called Linus spadix, or the common name is the walking stick palm. And the fruits, it hasn't got any on it at the moment, but the fruits that form on these inflorescences here, you can see very young fruits on there. Let's have a closer look at that. Okay, so these are the young forming fruits on the inflorescence of the walking stick palm, or Linus spadix. And when these are fully ripe, you can eat these fruit, and they're very quite delicious. They don't form too many, but they are edible too. But we're way too early in the season on this one. Let's see if we can find some others at a different stage of growth. Right, here's some slightly bigger fruit forming on the walking stick palm. They're not ripe by no means, but they are bigger than the others. You see, they will get to about the size of a pea and be bright red, and they're really delicious to eat. Yeah, okay. One of the useful products in a rainforest or jungle of palms, if you come across palms, and especially not just to eat the cabbage how I just showed you, but the palm Braxton. These are essentially the big palm leaves, the base of the palm leaf, which has fallen off the palm tree in storms. Although when they just get to a certain age, they fall off. You don't need to climb a palm tree to rip them down. And I'll show you how you can use it. Okay, so this is the brack. This is the bit we want here. See that there, like that? Okay, that's what we want. I'll show you why. Of course, essentially, with this now, we can use this to carry water. If you haven't got anything to carry water with, you see that there? Carry water with it. We can put our food on it, we can wrap things in, all sorts of things. But yeah, primarily, these things are great. You know, we can hold them up here like that and bend them in the guts and use them to transport water. Okay, let's move on. Here's another edible out here in the Australian bush, and this grassy looking thing over on the riverbank, that's called LOM Andhra. And you can eat the base of the stem of that. It kind of tastes a bit like peas. Let's go and check it out, all right? Let me get through the water here. Alright, so here we go here, LOM Andhra. That's it there. Alright. So this can be identified by this very spiky inflorescence. This is a bit young at the moment, so it's not too hard and spiky. But when these things harden up, they get really very hard and sharp. And the berries on here will get bigger. Now, we're not after the berries. What we're after is the actual base of the leaf. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so better to actually have sunglasses on when you do this or something so you don't spike yourself. You've got to reach right down in here and get them out. Put your thumb down in the base. It's important because if you try to pull these things out straight out, you're not going to get them out. You've got to wriggle them side to side to get them out. They can be quite tough. Pretty hard to get out. Oh, there we go. The really young ones. There you go. Look at that. Too easy. See those there? Can you see that? A little bit slimy, slippery. That's all right. Don't worry about that. They're good to eat. Give them a bit of a wash up there. Yeah. Okay, LOM Andhra. This is what you're after, this part here at the base. It's white, and you can chew on this bit about that much from the end. As I said, it tastes a bit like raw peas, and it's quite delicious. Yep, LOM Andhra. Okay. Right, okay, this tree right above us here, which I'm looking at now, this is called the sandpaper fig, and there are figs on there. These are edible figs. When they get a bit, turn a bit redder in colour, yellow to orangey red in colour. They're a bit green now, but they're edible. We'll see if we can find some edible ones in a minute. That's it there. Okay, these are some sandpaper fig fruits just found on the ground, and I just busted this one open here. And you can see it just looks like a regular fig, except it's much smaller. Side there, and these are all edible like that. These are a bit soft. I like to eat them when they're a bit like this one over here, maybe a bit redder in color like that. So there you go, that's great bush tucker, the sandpaper fig fruit, the fig. And I'll put the name up at the bottom of the clip. These are all ripe. You don't have to. I was just showing you the tree. The trees would be very difficult to climb and probably wouldn't support your weight very well. Besides that, they can grow very tall. So the easiest thing to do is to scavenge around the bottom of the trees and look for it. We're in a riverbed here now, and you'll find lots of fruit dropped on the ground. So there you go, sandpaper fig and edible bush food. Right, earlier on I showed you the fruit of the sandpaper fig, and this is a small seedling growing up here on the river, and just listen to this. That's why it's called the sandpaper fig, because it's rough, very rough. The leaves are very rough like sandpaper on both sides. And in fact, you can use them to clean up your food utensils, maybe just soft aluminium, the food that might get stuck on them when out and about camping if you come across these things. And that's in fact what people have used them for in the past. So there you go, that's one way to identify the kind of tree. The sandpaper fig, it has leaves on it like that. Let's have a closer look. Okay.